Hey guys, it's Miss C, and we're going to read chapters 21 through 24. And we're going to figure out how her school is doing, how she's doing in school. We'll see if we ever get to know about BB's letter. I'm still curious when that's going to come in. It's taken a while, but she moved to Florida, so it might be a little bit, but I'm still curious, since that's her favorite babysitter. I'm also wondering if she is liking the new babysitter some more and is accepting her as good as BB was, because, people are different, but I feel like she's maybe liking the new babysitter some more. So let's find out. Chapter 21. I like to draw, so I decided to draw a picture for Mr. Campanelli. Before I started drawing, my dad asked, "Do you know what you'll wear on your first day of school?" I went to my closet and showed him my white sundress. It was a plain white on top with two big orange flowers near the bottom. "Grandma Sadie gave it to me, remember?" I said. "That rings a bell," he said. "All my best clothes are from Grandma Sadie," I said. "Your grandma has excellent taste," my dad said, "and you will look wonderful on your first day of school." After that, I drew a picture of me in my sundress, and then in my very neatest handwriting, I wrote to Mr. Campanelli a note. I wrote, "Dear Mr. Campanelli, here's a picture of me in my first day of school dress. I drew my hair a little short because I will get a haircut too. I think you will see my hair in my dress before you get this letter, because the mail takes forever. Your student, Eleanor." Chapter 22. When my mom came home, I showed her Mr. Campanelli's letter, and my drawing, and my note. I had a lot to tell her. "I have to read every day," I said. "Good," my mom said. "There's nothing better than reading. And I have to call Pearl in Oregon," I said, "and read Mr. Campanelli's letter to her, because she won't have gotten it." "No problem," my mom said. "And I have to get a haircut," I said. "I just learned that," my mom said, "from your note." "It has to be a morning haircut," I said, "so I'm back home before the mail comes." "I see," my mom said. "It has to be with Lance," I said. "I like to get my hair cut by Lance." "Of course," my mom said, "and I have to get it cut just like that," I said, pointing to my picture. "Goodness," my mom said, squinting at the picture, and then she said, "I will make the perfect appointment, I promise," and she did. She made the perfect appointment, then she wrote the date and time for me on a big piece of paper, and we taped it to my bedroom door so we would see it all the time and we wouldn't forget. Chapter 23. The next time Natalie came, she said, "I brought surprises." Then she opened her bag and pulled out a photo album and a camera. The photo album was filled with pictures of flowers, giant orange flowers, little white flowers, even bright blue flowers like the ones I've seen in pictures of my mom's wedding bouquet. Natalie knew the names of every single one of those flowers. "I took most of these pictures upstate," she said. "I need more pictures from Brooklyn. Would you like to go on a walk with me and take pictures of Brooklyn's flowers?" "I would," I said. So we went on a walk and took pictures of Brooklyn flowers. I've never noticed before how many there are in little gardens, in front of buildings, just off the sidewalks. Natalie showed me how to hold the camera steady and where to put my fingers, and when to turn on the flash and when to turn it off. After many, many pictures, she said, "It's time to head back." So we did, and right away we passed Roma Pizza. BB loved Roma Pizza. I started to think about the walks BB and I used to take and how she would hold my hand, and I'd say, "This is the best hand. I love this hand. My hand, Miss BB." I took a deep breath and said to Natalie, "I miss BB." Natalie stopped walking and looked at me. "Of course you do," she said. "Of course you miss BB." "How long was she your babysitter?" "My whole life," I said. "And she was your very first babysitter," Natalie said. "First babysitters are very special." We started walking again. Then Natalie said, "I know I'm not BB, and I'll never be your first babysitter, but I'll try to be an excellent second babysitter. Does that sound okay?" "Yes," I said, and it sounded better than okay. It sounded good. Chapter 24. When the telephone rang on Wednesday in the late afternoon, I knew it was for me. "Pearl," I said, and she said, "I called you the second we got in." Then I heard her mom's voice in the background again. "I can't really talk," Pearl said. "I have to unpack and eat and take a bath." "I'll pick you up tomorrow morning," I said, "at 8:15 sharp. right in front of your building." "Hooray, hooray, hooray," Pearl said, and then we hung up. Later, I ate too, just like Pearl, and took a bath and washed my hair, which Lance had cut just right, and put on my favorite pajamas. Then I went to my closet and took out my white sundress with orange flowers on the bottom. I hung it on the doorknob so I would find it right away in the morning, and it wouldn't slow me down. That night, both of my parents tucked me in. "Such a big day tomorrow," my dad said. "Are you nervous?" my mom said. "I'm okay," I said. But after they dimmed the lights and left the room, I started worrying. I worried that I'd be late for Pearl and late for school. Even though I'd put out my dress, I worried that Mr. Cabanelli wouldn't like me. I worried that I wouldn't get to sit near Pearl. I worried that I'd forgotten all my math. I worried about tests and reports and homework. I worried about my handwriting. I worried and worried and worried until finally I tiptoed through the dark into my parents' room and over to their bed where they were sleeping. I tapped my mom on the shoulder. "I can't sleep," I whispered. She said. I thought I would have to tap her again, but then she opened her eyes a little and scooted over and lifted up the blanket for me to crawl in. She put her arm over me, and I slept right there, right next to my mom, the whole rest of the night. All right, let's find out how her big day is going to go tomorrow. She's going to start 3rd grade. So the next few chapters, the book's almost over. We have 3 more chapters. So we'll find out in the next 3 chapters what's going to happen in 3rd grade. And maybe, hopefully, we'll see if she gets BB's letter. And I'm glad she likes Natalie now that she's accepting her as her second babysitter. That was a fun tidbit to learn about in these chapters. Until next time, this is Miss C.